Welcome you all to this first short video of which I'm going to share with you guys the tips for you to pass the QP M11 of examination. So before I talk about the tips for you to pass of this QP M11 of examination, I just want to briefly introduce myself. So this is me, I'm Polly. I'm the full-time lecturer of Kaplan, and before that I worked in one of the big four firms for several years already. And I already having 8 years of teaching experience in Kaplan, mainly responsible for teaching of auditing. But before I joined Kaplan, I actually also work in one of the university in Hong Kong and teaching of the accounting subject as well. And I'm a Hong Kong CPA member. So this is me, Polly. So what are the tips for you to get a pass, at least get a pass for QP M11 of examination? The first one is that, of course, you need to study well, and there are some of the topics that you must study before your examination. So particularly, I want to draw your attention is this one for the group financial reporting. So for the group financial statement, which referring to consolidation concept, because it will appear in every die of examination, and it will have 25 to 35% of your examination paper marks. And the other topic that I want you guys to pay attention to is referring to the current issue and also development issue. So it mainly referring to ESG concept, ESG reporting, sustainability reporting, and also integrated reporting. And it will have around 2 to 5% of marks being allocated. And the other one is the code of ethics concept. Although the code of ethics concept is mentioned as one of the area that it will be tested in the real examination. But if you have a chance to look at the past paper, it will not be tested in every die of examination. But I still suggest you guys to study this topic because this topic is not that easy. It's actually quite, this topic is not that difficult. It's actually quite easy to handle. And it will, if the question appear in the real examination, it will have around 5 to 10% of your overall examination paper marks. Okay, so I will also suggest you guys to study this code of ethics concept. And apart from consolidation concept, apart from ESG or integrated reporting, and apart from code of ethics concept, what else that you must study before you attend the real examination of M11 is the current hot topics. I guess you guys should have known that since June 2023 that Hong Kong CPA released the current hot topics for the student to better prepare, to have a better preparation of examination. And I did an analysis regarding of the marks allocated to the current hot topic. And for June 2023 diets, is around 70% of the marks is allocated to current hot topics. And for December 2023 diets of examination is even higher, is 80% of the marks are being allocated to current hot topics. So you can see that this current hot topic is actually very useful for you guys when you prepare of your examination. So I suggest you guys must study the topics that are included under the current hot topics. Okay, so this is my advice. So study well and some of the topics that you must study. And the thing is how I can help you guys on studying well to prepare well for the QP M11 of examination when you join my class is that I'm going to use tailor-made study notes to cover all of the key topics. It's not all of the topics that I will cover because you know that for the syllabus of M11 is very wide, and I think that some of the topic is not so hot topic, and also it's actually quite easy for you to have self-study. So I will leave some of the topics for you guys to have self-studying, and for some of the important topics, complex concept, I will have a discussion with you guys during our training. Okay. And you know that accounting standard is not that easy to understand, and it's actually quite difficult. So I will explain the difficult and also complex concept by using flowcharts, decision-making tree, summarize of the key points, or using some of the simple example as a illustration how you can calculate some of the figures, how you should do the journal entries, and how you should understand of the accounting concept. Okay, so I want to show you guys how will be my knowledge notes, tailor-made notes look like. So this is one of the example of my tailor-made notes. So I will divide the notes into knowledge notes and also past paper discussion notes. Okay, so for the knowledge note is only covering some of the knowledge regarding of the accounting standards, and for the past paper discussion is doing some of the past paper. Okay, so we will do some of the past paper together, and it's actually quite a number of past paper that we will go through in our training. Okay, so as I mentioned that I'm going to use some of the flow charts, some of the decision-making tree and summarize of the key point for you to have a better understanding of some of the complex accounting standards. So this is one of my knowledge notes example. So as I mentioned that you can see that my note is not very lengthy one. And also I will use this decision-making tree as a demonstration how you can understand of the concept. Okay, decision-making tree here. And the other thing, I will use some of the simple example as a demonstration of the accounting concepts and summarize of the key point here using a table here. Okay, once again, decision-making tree here. And the other thing is just like this one, I will summarize of the key concept in a table so that you can have a better understanding of the accounting concept. Okay, so this is how my knowledge notes look like. So let's go back to this PowerPoint here. So and the other thing is that as I mentioned, the current hot topic is very useful for you guys to get a pass for our subject. It's actually not only for M11, it's all, I guess, is also applied to the other modules of examination. And for this current hot topic, I will have a final recap video for you guys to recap the accounting concept for those topics that are included in the current hot topics. And for the second thing that you need to do so that you can get a pass for M11 of exam is you need to do past papers, of course, as a practice. But you need to be aware that some of the past paper, they're outdated for the answer because accounting standard have been updated. So you should only focus on more recent past paper. Okay, and how I can help you on this area is that we are going to do a lot of past paper in training. And I will also pick up some of the FE questions. In the past is FE, now is capstone. In the past is the final examination question. So I will pick up some of the final examination questions as a practice with you guys, apart from doing the M11 of examination past paper. Okay, so as I mentioned that, so let me show you the past paper discussion notes. So as I just mentioned that we will divide into knowledge notes and also past paper discussion notes, and I will do quite a number of past paper with you guys. Okay, so for example, for this topic, so this topic is asset related standards topic for long-term assets, and I will do quite a number of so these are the past papers that we are going to do, okay, in our training. Okay, so this is a demonstration of my notes for the past paper discussion. And for the first thing for you to get a pass is that you need to understand the accounting principle. Understanding of accounting principle is more important than you know how to calculate the figures and also to do some of the journal entries, because more marks will be allocated on conceptual questions. Okay, less mark is being allocated to calculation questions or asking you to do the journal entries. So you need to make sure that you understand the accounting principle, because accounting principle is very important. Hong Kong CPA is trying to test the students on accounting principle concepts, and of course they will also test you how to calculate a figure and how to do the journal entries, but more marks will be allocated to conceptual questions. So how I can help you is I'm going to using the tailor-made notes, and as I mentioned that I'm going to use the decision-making tree, flow chart, and also summarize of the key points so that you can have a better understanding of the accounting principle. And we will do a lot of past paper to enhance your understanding on the accounting principle, or even you know how to calculate the figures and do the journal entries. And for our course, we will have one of the session is a Q&A session. And in this Q&A session, if you have questions, then you can feel free to come to our office and then to ask me the questions. And of course, if you have questions during the training, then you are welcome to send an email to me. So I will answer your question as soon as possible. And the other thing is that you need to apply appropriate answering technique so that you can get a pass for M11 of examination. And how I can help you is that when we do the past paper, I will mention what are the common mistakes that the past candidate that they have and you need to avoid. And I will teach you guys what the general answering technique so that you can have a better organization of your answer. And I will also teach you guys how to grab the easy marks. So because for the new QP of examination, there are 4 marks being allocated for communication, 2 marks be allocated to communication marks, and 2 marks will be allocated to analytical skill marks. And these are the easy marks. These 4 marks are easy marks, and I will teach you guys how you can get all of these 4 marks, these easy marks in your examination. Okay. And for the last tips for you guys to pass this examination is time management is very important. So don't try to overwrite of the answer. If you know how to tackle of that question, and if you overwrite the answer, if this question is only having 4 marks, but you write a very lengthy answer, the maximum mark that you can get is only 4, right? So you need to have a better time management. So remember that 1.8 minutes for each of the mark. Okay. So for this part, try to time yourself when you do our mock paper. So to see how many questions that you can handle within the 3 hours. Okay, this is my tips for you guys to get a pass for QP M11 of examination. Study well, and also do a lot of past paper, and also having appropriate answering techniques. Don't overwrite. Understand accounting principle is very important, and of course you also need to know how to calculate the figure as well. Okay, and that's all for my sharing. And in the YouTube channel, so I have a demo lecture. So if you want to taste my how I teach the students, so you can try to take a look of my demo lecture. And thank you guys to take part in this short video, and hope to see you guys in our training soon. Thank you.